Addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care how rich, how successful, how fit or good looking you are. It doesn't care if you deny having it. But if you are truly, indeed, a drug addict or an alcoholic, it will take you down every time.
So alcohol has exactly that effect. It is a great anti-anxiety drug, but it does stop you, and you said it stopped you from learning the skills that you need in a social circumstance to be able to cope with that. Mm-hmm. So then it actually stops you from dealing with the anxiety. Mm-hmm. You don't have to learn how to overcome it. That's not good.
I know you're tired. I know you feel like giving up, but you're not going to. You know why? Because you are strong, and when you're survived through all the shit your addiction has but you through, you can survive recovery. Are you thinking about quitting alcohol, feeling like enough is enough? The desire to quit usually happens when drawbacks such as hangovers, relationship problems, mood problems, and work issues begin to outweigh the rewards. Picture yourself looking and feeling better. Imagine how wonderful it will feel to sleep well and wake up rested and clear-headed. What would it be like to be fully present in the day ahead and free from guilt and embarrassment linked to drinking? For example, I want to be more present for my family, or I want to focus better at work. Other common reasons are saving money and having more time in your day.
The cure for alcoholism isn't removing alcohol. Alcohol is the solution to the problem, and it works until it stops working. Mm-hmm. And it took a while before it stopped working in my case. But the ism remains once you remove the substance. You can't blame anyone else, and it's not about anything external. It's only about your relationship with you. And you're still going to be, impulsed by your innate biases and however your hardwiring has set you up to, perceive the world. But you get that extra little moment of recognition to course correct, And I would say that I become, I got sober in 98. So I've been in this thing for a long time. And when I came in, I just thought, it's drug addicts and alcoholics. That's what addiction is.
It wasn't easy to study offspring of alcoholic mothers. And the reason for that is they might have consumed alcohol during pregnancy. In which case, and that's a bad idea, especially there's certain key times in pregnancy where even a few drinks are not good. And that turns out, if I remember correctly, that turns out to be the times when the fetus is producing the bulk of its hippocampal tissue. And so, anyway, so if it turned out that daughters or sons of female alcoholics were markedly different from the general population in some manner, we wouldn't be able to tell if that was a consequence of alcohol consumption during pregnancy or if it was a genetic reflection.
There is no shame in beginning again, for you get a chance to build bigger and better than before. If you've had trouble quitting cold turkey in the past, for example, consider setting a weekly drink limit and reducing that over time. Achieving smaller steps along the way can help you feel successful and boost your motivation. You don't get over an addiction by stopping using. You recover by creating a new life where it's easier to not use. If you don't create a new life, then all the factors that brought you to your addiction will catch up with you gain.
Essentially, the question is bad habits versus addiction. What is the difference?
Yep.
Think about choice, right? Like with habit, choice plays a larger role. With addiction, part of addiction is the removal or the denigration of choice in the matter. Do you feel like this is a compulsion? Do you feel like your engagement with it is outside of your control? Is it something you covet? Is it something that you, tell lies about, that you rationalize or downplay? And then getting honest about what the costs of this behavior are to yourself and also to other people. Deep down, when the head hits the pillow, the clarity is there.
Oh, yes. I mean, alcohol is a very bad drug for violence. 50% of people who are murdered are drunk. And 50% of the people who murder them are drunk. And that's true for almost every violent crime. In fact, if you eliminated alcohol, you'd eliminate most interpersonal violence. It was really easy to make, and at least in many societies, it's been around for a very long time. And so it became legal just because, back in the Middle Ages, people drank alcohol, not water, because all the water was polluted.
Right.
So So that's the reason, but it certainly wasn't a consequence of evaluating the drugs by their comparative risk and rank ordering them and making, the least harmful legal. It wasn't that at all, because alcohol is unbelievably dangerous. I mean, about 10% of people become addicted to it one way or another.
Really?
Far more people than that abuse it. Yes, at least once in their life.
It's not that some people have willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not. It is too easy to keep drinking when alcohol is readily available. Remove alcohol from your home and avoid social settings that are centered around drinking. Find a local recovery community to connect with. Be open with trusted friends and family about your intentions and ask for their support and encouragement. Reward yourself for accomplishments and for reaching your milestones. Keep track of all the money you are saving by not drinking and treat yourself to a nice dinner or gift. Reinforce the message that you are strong, capable, and can achieve what you set your mind to.
I think it's important for people to understand that for somebody who is addicted, it's not, and who's, behaving poorly or all of the stuff that, addicts do, it's not a referendum on moral character. It's like they're suffering from an illness that wants to kill them. And when they get sober, we think of drugs and alcohol or gambling or whatever behavioral addiction that, someone might have as the problem that has been eradicated. But in truth, the behavior or the substance is the solution to the problem. Like, there's a level of psychic pain within a human being, and they search out a substance or a behavior that gives them some level of solace. Like, the substance or the behavior is the solution to the problem because it allows them to feel okay so that they can function in the world.
Stop drinking too much. How do you know if you're drinking too much? You regret what you do when you're drinking. It's interfering with other important goals. It's causing you financial distress. It's getting you in trouble with your friends or your family. It's getting you in trouble with the police. Stop abusing substances if you can, right? If you see that they're hurting you. Physical health. Are you in decent shape? Are you strong and coordinated? And if you're not, you'd be better if you were. You'd feel better. You'd be more effective. You'd live longer. You'd be less sick. And you really see that mount up. Like, if someone's been in shape once in their life, they age way better. And it's also a really good way of maintaining your cognitive ability.
Of course, if you struggle to stick with these strategies on your own, you would not be the first one. Quitting drinking is challenging, not in the least because changes to brain chemistry make it harder to stick with your motivation. Willpower, while essential to recovery, is far from the only tool most people need. People, places, times can all be triggers for drinking alcohol. Think about what your own personal triggers to drink alcohol are and how you can change your behavior to fit your lifestyle. If you find this content interesting, then give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button below. See you in the next video.